All right, those are a couple stages from the Washington State USPSA Championship, which is still ongoing. It's not over with yet. It went okay for me. I had a really good first day, I thought, and then the second day, like, I couldn't sleep at the hotel. The fire alarm went off in the middle of the night. There was a rock in my shoe. The sun was in my eyes. Any other good excuses you can think of, just they all happened on day two for me. So yeah, had a couple of like nicks on steel. They didn't go down. So those are the breaks, I guess. But it was a good match. I had a fun time. So some good people on the squad. So good times. I got a bunch of matches to talk about. May seems to have opened the floodgates for matches. So we're going to talk about those. And bottom line up front, I think we can bury the hatchet on we've got too many irons divisions and not enough optics divisions. I know you guys have heard me talk about this before, but look at a few more stages. We'll come back and we'll talk about the winner's circle. Give the shout outs to all the winners. So there are a ton of them, and we'll talk about that a little more. All right, so those are just a couple of stages from the Washington State USPSA match. I know most of what we do here is IDPA. However, that's what we're doing this weekend, and May has been a constant. I feel like I'm at home for a couple of days and then out the door again for a match, and then at home for a couple of days and out the door again for a match. So, in addition to me shooting a ton more in May, it seems like the season kind of begins in May because there's been a flood of big matches. I I tried to put them in order, and I wrote everything down, so I was like, I can't remember everything. So if I got them out of order, sorry, but I do have the dates here. So beginning with the Razorback Shootout, which I know wasn't first because it happened on this is April 11th. I missed this one. It was Chris Harris let me know, and I don't blame him for letting me know because he did really well. But I missed it. I look at to find out what matches are going on. I look at IDPA.com, and I know not all matches. For a while, we weren't putting the Washington State Championship up on IDPA.com, but that's kind of how I'm looking. And I see other ones pop up sometimes. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was happening. That sounds cool. And speaking of that, if I miss your match, and if you want to, and if there's something cool about your match and you want me to talk about it, or you want to, do the shout outs to the winners, let me know. I'm going to miss stuff. I missed this one. So this happened April 11th. And the high overall, and this will be a trend again, over and over again, today, PCC, Matt Smith. Well done, buddy. I think I met Matt down at Texas. I think him and Sydney were talking, but hell of a PCC shooter. SSP was Caleb Petty. I've heard that name before. Maybe we've seen it before on here. I don't remember, but well done, Caleb. ESP was Ben Patrick Bell. Don't know Ben, but well done. CDP, Kyle Fender. Well done, Kyle. CCP was Brad Edens. I've heard that name quite a bit. In CCP circles, Revolver was Jess Christensen, a DM in Revolver, so did very well. I got something in my eye. That's annoying. And CO was Chris Harris. Over two other very good CO shooters in Kevin Harding and Austin Prusso. Well done, Chris. And thank you for bringing to my attention that I missed this match. And Bug, the one true division, was Guy Joubert. Again, same gentleman from down in Texas, from Texas State. He's not from Texas. He also won at the Texas State match. There was a total of 185 shooters. 102 of them shot using a dot, equaling over 55% of the match shooting a dot. So that's two divisions and 55% of shooters. So that's quite a bit. Only 4 DQs for 185 shooters. That's something phenomenal. So well done, everyone. There may be 3 gear check failures. I couldn't really tell because the way we report it, which we've talked about before, is silly. They were DNF'd. I don't know why, but they were. So, all right, moving on into May. Indiana State IDPA Championship took place on May the 4th. The PCC was high overall again. with Ice-T DeRouse coming in first place. Well done, buddy. Ice-T, love that name. Bug was Zhu Yang, so the One True Division, Zhu Yang. Well done, buddy. CCP in a trend, Brad Edens. So maybe Brad is one of the few looking to fill the void left by Austin leaving CCP. But I know Brad shot CCP for a long time, so he might just be continuing on doing what he's been doing. CDP was David Tyson. Well done, David. Don't know you, but well done. ESP was Colton Mead. I don't think I've met Colton, but coming in second was King Drummond, a fellow Bug DM and a hell of a shooter. I know of him. I don't think we've ever met, but I know he's a hell of a shooter too. So well done, King Drummond as well. Revolver was Jeremy Wang. Don't know Jeremy, but well done, buddy. SSP, Doug Clue. I met Doug at, God, I got the plaque right there. The Hoosier Daddy in 2021, so a long time ago. Shot CCP with or against, I don't remember Doug, but he did a very, very good job there, and he did well here in SSP. CO was Luke Keith, so well done, Luke. I keep wanting to say Keith because I first typed it out as Keith Luke, because you're a firsty, but that's okay. 118 total shooters, 58 of whom shooting a dot, equaling just over 49%. So almost half the shooters in just two divisions again. 2 of 8. No DQs in the match whatsoever that I could tell. So unless there's something that I don't understand, I don't see any gear checks either. So no DQs, no gear checks. So pretty awesome. Okay, so this happened, this says 5-3, but I think it's the same weekend as the Indiana State Championship. This was the Panhandle Putdown, or the West Virginia State Championship. And correct me if I'm wrong, somebody out there, but I think this used to be 2 matches and they kind of combined into one. Because if I remember right, they had 2 at one point. But anyway, PCC, high overall again. Cursing and mashing of teeth from pistol shooters everywhere at IDPA. High overall was Jeremy Brooks. Well done, Jeremy. CDP, Jason Thomas, another firsty up there with Keith, but well done in CDP. SSP was Ken Rose, so he must have shot that match and then immediately went on vacation, because I'm friends with Ken on Facebook, and I see a bunch of awesome pictures. He's like out hiking in national parks or something. It looks awesome. So Ken, hope you're having fun. Well done at the Panhandle. ESP was Robert McLean. I feel like I know that name. I think he pops up here again in the next match too, but well done, Robert. And ESP Revolver was Jason Clark. Well done. Bug, the One True Division, Thomas Woolery. Awesome. Well done. CCP, Cooper Tyrell. Heard that name a number of times in CCP. So I don't know if he's another one of the guys trying to make a run at CCP at Nationals. I don't know that I've ever run into him at Nationals, but maybe. And CEO, no surprise, we know this name, Eric Szczesny in CO. So well done, Eric. For a total of 122 shooters at the match, 60 of whom were shooting a dot, equaling just over, again, 49%. So we're hovering right about the 50% mark in most of these are East Coast matches. But that was also the weekend of Western, which we already talked about. So that was just a big, like I said, I think IDPA, and I don't know, maybe the weather starts getting better across the country, and we just see big matches starting to happen in May. But yeah, a ton. The last one for today, the Great Lakes Regional, that took place this weekend. I think so. Yeah, yesterday. So I hope I'm not wrong about this. But I think it was a one-day match. I'll go back and look if I'm wrong, and this is still an ongoing match, then I'm a fool. Again, PCC high overall, Corey Messersmith. Well done, Corey. We've seen that name here before. I think Corey might be one of the guys who shoots PCC and something else, but I might be wrong about that. I think he might be a CO shooter too. So no, we'll hold off on the cursing and mashing of teeth if he also shoots pistol. Most guys do. But CDP was Scott Warren. Well done, Scott. ESP, Andrew Stoops. ESP, Jeff Nelson. Spoke to Jeff a number of times. He's also a fellow Livefire member. I use Livefire. I post in there sometimes, but really they have a cool tracking system. So like I'm over 10,000 rounds already this year. I started tracking the number of rounds and number of reps in dry fire in January. And that's kind of how I gauge the next year's amount of components that I'm going to buy. How much powder do I need? What bullets do I need? How many bullets do I need? By using live fire. So if you're not on there, it's pretty cool. It's like $11 a month to get the full advantage of it, like all the aspects of it that you get that for $11 a month. I think we left off with Revolver there, which was Nicholas Coburn. Well done, Nicholas. Don't think we've met. Bug, the One True Division. Jody Trevathan, Trevathan, Trevathan. I think that's right. But well done in Bug. I know that's a tough road to hoe, so well done. CCP was Robert McLean. Ah, there you are again. So what were you shooting before? Robert McLean was in ESP. So unless there could be two Robert McLeans, but if it's the same guy, like switching back and forth between divisions, yeah, that's my style too. Well done. CO Nick Daub. Don't know Nick, but well done in CO. Okay, so 142 total shooters, 82 of whom shooting with a dot, equaling 57% of shooters in just 8 divisions. So I don't have like a big thing to talk about. The matches is really what I wanted to talk about. But one thing that I noticed, takeaways from looking at those 3 or 4 matches is that it is becoming exceedingly rare for us to find a match that doesn't have almost 50% of the shooters shooting in 2 divisions, and essentially 1 division, because the majority of the numbers come from CO. Maybe I should break that out, but I like adding them together because you get a dot in both. But generally, it's 12 to 14, sometimes 20 added with PCC. But like I've said before, PCC is just a CO division that doesn't want to shoot a pistol. So I consider it pretty much the same thing. And of course, you get those huge magazines. So yeah. Anyway, I just think that that's like, it's just mounting evidence that we don't need 6 divisions for 50% of the field. If we had 2 divisions for irons and then some makeup of the rest for dot divisions, it just seems like a better idea to me. I think that time has come, and I know that institutions are slow to change, but IDPA, like, we got to do something. Obviously, I'm on the bug optics train, but that's me. But we just got to figure something out because we are way overextended with iron-sided divisions. So anyway, that's it. This week, I'll be here again for like 2 or 3 days, and then I'm out the door for the RMR and Colorado State Championship, which are both going to be awesome. I'm sure we'll be talking about that at some point. I know it's going to be exhausting because of this Washington State match, which I didn't tell you about the scores for that because they are not out yet. They are still shooting as I am speaking. It went okay for me, not great. But anyway, I know that I'm going to be exhausted coming back from the RMR because it's like 2 14 stage days, and so it's just a crazy time. But it's always a really, really good time and a good match. So if you're going to be down there, come see me. Love to chat, hear about your thoughts about bug optics and just optics in IDPA in general. So yeah, we will see you at the RMR.